Hey, this is Jeff and welcome to this video where I'm going to show you how I create one of my smiley characters. You might have seen some of my visuals on Twitter or LinkedIn or Instagram, and I use Figma to draw these visuals. And it's just a free tool. Go to figma.com, sign up, and you can start doing illustrations. They're scalable vector graphics, and it's a really basic program, so it's not as complex as, say, an Adobe Illustrator or something like that. So it's really easy to get started with uh, digital illustration. And obviously, I make my sketches on paper first, or I build on something that I already have. But once you start drawing in Figma, you will love it so much you probably will not stop. So let's take a look at this fun and totally in love smiley here. This is just obviously a copy of an emoticon, and I really love playing around with these guys. So let's take a look at what I do. So I've got a smiley 2, I'm going to call this one. I've got a frame set up. So what you normally would do is click frame and then add a frame, give the thing a size, and you can start drawing. You saw me renaming it, and this is the other smiley thing that I've got. So what I do is I don't really use the shape tools that much. I like to have this. I like to draw with the pen tool and then take it from there. So what I'm going to do if I want to recreate this, so I'm just going to draw sort of a triangle-ish thing. And as you can see, if I get close to this little white circle on top and get a red cross in it and connect, so it becomes a full shape. Click escape to get out of edit mode, and click it again to go in. I hold Control down, and then I'm gonna just click the angles here, and they turn into corners. So, and this is where I already gets my asymmetrical shape, and I just pull these babies around to get sort of the shape I want, and I can grab them and just. This kind of looks okay. I want this one to be a little shorter. So yeah, it's not a perfect circle. I like that. So it's really good. So I'm going to click escape to get out of edit mode. And then I'm just going to press Control D for duplicate and turn that over to the side. And I'm going to fill this thing, and I'm going to remove the stroke. So on the right hand side, you've got all the properties of all the shapes and lines and stuff you create. So there's fill and stroke, and I'm just going to remove the stroke and say I want to have a fill here. And there's the color picker, but I already used this yellow, so let's go with that. And then I'm going to send this to the back, right? So I've got layers here on the left hand side. All the layers or all the objects are layered there. And right now my fill is kind of on top of my outline. So it's a good habit if you do this a lot to name your layers. I don't do it often, but I know it's a good habit. So I'm sharing that with you. And now it's behind it. So I can get this nice punch out effect, and I can, stretch it a little bit, or even go in and change my lines a little bit to make it just a tad different and from the original one. And I'm going to hold Alt here, so we're just, resize and just remove and play around with that a little bit. So this is cool. So unselecting it, it's going out of bounds there. That's really nice. So let's recreate this smile. Again, I'm going to my pen tool, and I'm going to draw a line somewhere from here to. I'm not going to make it a straight line because I want it to be just a little asymmetric again. So this is fine. And unselect it. Let's zoom in a little bit. And I got you see I've got these nice round edges because I just created the other one. But you can set it up in your stroke, right? So by default, you've got the squares, which is just not my thing. I really like the round ones and take it from there. So this is kind of a sad looking fellow. Let's make him happy. And I double clicked to select the line, go into edit mode, grab the bend tool here, and just grab that line and just pull it down. And then these anchor lines appear, and just start playing around with that, the width of that smile. Yeah, that feels kind of good. Move it around, and I get the center line. So that's good. Cool. On to the eyes, right? The little heart eyes that we just saw. I'm going to press space and I can get his hand. I can move it about like you have in a PDF. So we're getting there. So how do I create the hearts? Again, I'm going to zoom in here, grab my pen tool and just going to roughly draw a heart, and I can actually align it, but I don't really want that. So it's okay to just have it like that. I'm going to go in out of edit mode, into edit mode. That's what I kind of do. I also could switch there, but I just, it's convenient. And I'm just going to, again, press these, hold Control down, press these angles, and then start playing around with that a little bit so we can get a nice heart shape. This kind of feels okay. Maybe a little big, but we'll see. So I'm going to fill that up with a red, remove the actual outline, the stroke, and let's just go out of edit mode, move this in. I think it's really big. Yeah, it is. So I'm going to hold Shift and Alt down and then resize that a little bit. And I'm just going to select it again, hold Alt down, and then just move my mouse over to here and then twist it a little bit. I might even flip it. There we go. That's kind of nice. Yeah, I'm digging it so far. So this is coming along nicely. And what you're seeing here is actually this head is a little too wide for my liking. So I'm just going to select these layers and just push them in a little bit. And then again, make this a little smaller. This one as well. So I'm holding Shift down and selecting multiple objects to group select them. And again with Shift and Alt, and then I make them a little bit smaller. So yeah, this is cool. So now, as you can see, this outline is way thicker, right? So I'm just going to select that and say instead of 20, I'm going to make 10. I'm going to make that 20. And one of the cool details I create is this little opening here. And how I do that is just selecting, going into edit mode again, and then going to the pen mode and just dropping an extra part on this line here and doing it there as well. And then to move the selector, I just select a piece of line in between those dots and just delete it. Escape, and voila, we've recreated our smiley face. Nice thick outline, thinner inline, the heart eyes, the punch out fill. Could be a little bit better now that the outline is thicker. So that's also something. Oops, I got the wrong one. I need the back one. There we go. Just make that a little thicker. And that one slides in a little bit more. So I'll just play around with it too. Well, perfect doesn't exist, but push it in a little bit with my cursor keys. Yeah, I'm happy with this one. Really cool. So that's it. This is how you create one of the smiley faces. go out and try this. Try this emoji, try another emoji. Select a canvas and do an export as a PNG, or you've got multiple options here. I always use PNG, and export the thing and share it on Twitter or whatever social platform you use, and tag me. I'd love to see your work. So that's it. How to create a nice smiley character in Figma in 10 minutes. See you next time.